One of the top offensive players in women's lacrosse history, Carrie Nickerson Lovejoy is still the only UMass player to be a two-time first-team All-America selection. In her career, she led UMass to the USWLA semifinals in '78 and the USWLA championship game in '79, as well as the AIAW semifinals in 1980. During her 4 years, Nickerson Lovejoy helped UMass to a 58-7-6 overall record, the best for any four-year stretch in program history. To date, Nickerson Lovejoy is the second leading point producer in UMass history with 219. Nickerson Lovejoy still holds the record for career assists with 106, placing her 23 ahead of the second-place mark. Additionally, Nickerson Lovejoy is tied for 5th all-time in single-season points when she racked up an incredible 71 during the 1979 season. One of the greatest linebackers in UMass football history, Kari Mitchell-Samuel was an integral member of the 1998 NCAA National Championship team and set a standard at the linebacker position by which others to come into the program are still judged. A first-team All-American as a senior in '98, Mitchell-Samuel was one of the best all-around defensive players in school history. Mitchell-Samuel still ranks second in program history in career tackles and solo tackles. The two-time team captain in 1997 and '98 also ranks third in the single-season tackles and solo tackles lists. His 19 career sacks are still good for 8th best all-time. As a senior in 1998, Mitchell-Samuel anchored a defense that helped the Minutemen win their first ever national title in football. That year, he received the George Bolger Lowe Award from the Gridiron Club of Greater Boston as the best Division I defensive player in New England.
But you could tell just watching him play and meeting him what kind of a person he was and what kind of a player he was. And then when he got here, it was just, he just took off. He ended up being 235 pounds. He could run and hit, and was a great player and a great leader for us. And he's a two-time captain, and that says a lot. To be elected as a junior as a captain is a very unusual thing. It's always easy to coach when your best player is also your hardest worker. It was really a pleasure to coach him.
Following the completion of his collegiate career, Mitchell-Samuel was selected by the Chicago Bears in the 5th round of the 1999 NFL Draft. After playing 2 full seasons with Chicago, he finished his NFL career by playing 9 games for the Detroit Lions in 2001. A two-time second-team All-American, Tim Sudan was an integral part of the UMass men's lacrosse team from 1987 through '90, helping the Minutemen to 4 straight NCAA appearances and 4 straight New England titles during his career. Sudan finished at UMass with 114 total points and 84 goals, which still rank as the most ever by a midfielder. As a junior during the 1989 campaign, Sudan scored 31 goals and added 7 assists. Then as a senior in 1990, he added 32 more tallies with 18 assists. Sudan was an All-American and All-New England selection in each of those campaigns.
Timmy was very competitive. I think that's what kind of pushed him forward into the great success he had here at UMass was his desire and his ability to put that into his game and be fearless out there on the field. Again, was a great leader here at UMass from day one, as a guy that the team could always count on.
Following his UMass career, Sudan helped the U.S. national team win gold medals at both the 1994 and 1998 World Championships. Sudan also enjoyed a successful career in professional lacrosse. All told, Sudan played in 173 professional games over 15 seasons. In 2011, the Rochester Rattlers named him as the franchise's head coach. Then in 2012, Sudan was named the head coach for the U.S. indoor national team for the Bow Hunter Cup. The second all-time leading scorer in program history, Octavia Thomas was a major force in the UMass women's basketball resurgence during the mid-1990s. In her career from '93 to '96, Thomas helped turn a program that had won only 9 total games in the previous 3 seasons into a team that made the WNIT and the NCAA tournaments during her junior and senior campaigns. The forward from Newark, New Jersey averaged 16 points and 8 rebounds over the course of her career. At nearly 1,800 career points, Thomas is one of only 4 players in program history to eclipse the 1,500-point barrier. Her 903 rebounds marks her second on the all-time program list, while 173 career steals are tied for 6th. In 1993, as a freshman, Thomas was named the Atlantic 10's Rookie of the Year. She later earned All-Atlantic 10 first-team honors in '94 and as a senior in '96, while being named to the second team in 1995. Thomas led UMass to its first ever postseason berth in '95 as the Minutemen qualified for the WNIT. The Minutemen followed that up in '96 with a trip to the NCAA tournament. Against Michigan State, Thomas scored 21 points in a narrow overtime loss. A versatile player who helped set the bar for success in the early 1960s, Phil Vandersey led the UMass football program to great heights before being drafted by the NFL's Green Bay Packers and playing for the legendary coach Vince Lombardi. Vandersey was considered one of the best fullbacks in program history. In 1963, he helped UMass post its only undefeated season with an 8-0-1 record and the program's second ever Yankee Conference Championship title. As the team's starting fullback in his senior year of 1965, Vandersey finished as the second leading rusher. When the football program celebrated its 100th anniversary in 1982, Vandersey was named to UMass's all-time team as the starting fullback. Following his college career, Vandersey was picked in the 16th round of the NFL draft in 1965 by the Packers. He played both linebacker and on special teams during the '66 campaign, which saw the Packers win the first ever Super Bowl.
Won the toss, they'll receive. Walker kicking off for the Lions. Vandersey with the ball in the 16-yard line. He brings it back to the 37.
All told, in 4 years of NFL play, Vandersey competed in 46 games at 5 different positions. Following his professional career, Vandersey became an assistant coach at Holy Cross from 1975 through '78 and then worked 20 years as a member of the Massachusetts Department of Corrections. From 2001 through 2010, Vandersey became involved as a charter member of the NFL Retired Players of New England chapter, serving as a secretary and treasurer.